How does your client feel about all this?
Happy it's over. He can get back to work now, hopefully.
Can you comment on the Warren? Like, just, can you say anything?
Not at this time, sir.
Okay. Great. So, Warren's hoping to get back to work. How soon?
I would hope that he would be back on the road, hopefully by the end of the week or next week.
How difficult has this been for your client to have this hanging over his head for the last several months?
Listen, anytime an officer's charged with anything, they go through hell. They're at the forefront of public attention. It's always a question of what happens in the end, and quite frankly, it's very taxing on officers emotionally to go through this. No, the only if you're a police officer, the only way it's treated differently is that out-of-town counsel, Mr. Folds comes in and prosecutes it. Very, very capable prosecutor, and that's really the distinction. I mean, with respect to officers and domestic violence, these are matters that we know we almost automatically set for trial rather than resolve them because there is no resolution of them. Even if the evidence didn't support a conviction, often it's just best to run the trial and let justice decide.
Is there anything your client would have done differently in this?
How do you? That's a really retrospective analysis,
yeah, it is,
right?
It is based on the fact that the assault charge was laid. Is there anything?
But he did everything right because he stayed at the house, and it wasn't heard in evidence. He's the one that called the OPP. He called the OPP as he testified to report a domestic incident, not necessarily to get Sarah, in hot water over the door issue, but he wanted to report it because he knows full well how this is going to turn out. What she did was brilliant tactically. Went to the police station first, where they would have tended, to her statement, and based upon her statement would have effected an arrest. I mean, the police truly are put into a horrible situation by policy because they have no recourse other than to arrest when there's a complaint of domestic violence. It's a horrible predicament that police are faced with daily. I'm happy with the verdict. I mean, it was the right decision at the end of the day. Justice Coalition said he believed both. However, he was critical of the inconsistencies on the complainant's part. So his decision was bang on.